Summer is here, it is hot, the sun is shining, it's gorgeous. I want to be outside all of the time, but I don't want to suffer any potentially dangerous and painful consequences like a sunburn. I also don't want to slather my body up with potentially carcinogenic and definitely endocrine disrupting chemicals found in most commercial sunscreens. That's why I make my own. You know those weirdos that read the labels on absolutely everything? That was me even as a little kid. I got really into all of the ingredients in my personal care products when I was about 8, and that sparked my passion for homemade sunscreen. I have been making sunscreen for about 20 years now. I have tried so many different formulations over the years. I've sold it on Etsy and farmers markets. It is something that I am really deeply passionate and excited about. And my latest formulation with a tallow base is by far the best I've ever made, so I'm so excited to share that with you guys today. Before we jump into the recipe, I want to tell you guys just a little bit more about the two main categories of sunscreens. There are chemical sunscreens and there are mineral sunscreens. What I'm going to be sharing with you guys today is a mineral sunscreen. Those work by using minerals to basically reflect the sunlight away from your skin. Chemical sunscreens work with chemical processes. The chemicals absorb the UVA, UVB light, and they transform it into heat and release it away from your skin. However, those chemicals have also been shown to absorb into your bloodstream and are noticeably present for weeks and even months after use in your body. So I absolutely don't recommend any chemical sunscreens. They're full of all kinds of junk. But even on the more natural side, the mineral sunscreens a lot of times have gross ingredients in their inactive ingredients section. So still a better option than chemical sunscreens, but we're gonna go one step further and make a super clean and healthy, really nourishing sunscreen that protects you from the sun damage, but also really replenishes and heals and nourishes your skin. And this is safe for everybody in your family, down to brand new little tiny babies. This sunscreen uses a tallow base. This is relatively new to me in the last couple of years, and I am in love with it. Not only is it so deeply nourishing for your skin, but it's also super lovely to wear. It's not greasy, it absorbs really fast, it leaves your skin just soft, but there's no sticky, icky residue. It goes on really light and sheer. There's no white cast left over from the zinc. Even my husband really enjoys this, which is really fun because he used to hate my homemade sunscreens because they did have a little bit of that oily texture on your skin. This recipe comes out to be about SPF 25 to 30, but you can easily up that by increasing the zinc. Now, my husband also has said that he's left this out in the sunshine while taking our little ones to the beach, and after about 5 or 6 hours in the hot, it still maintained its texture. It did not melt and turn into a gooey puddle. So, not saying that 100% it will never melt, but it does hold up really well in the heat. We're going to be using tallow as the main base today. This is so wonderful for your skin. It's high in vitamins A, D, K, E, B, the omega-3s, everything. It is deeply nourishing and it helps your skin to repair and turn over faster. So it's really wonderful for healing damage. It's also great for like rashes and any kind of skin irritation. So phenomenal summer skincare there. You can make your own. I'll link a video tutorial in the description for how to make your own, or you can buy it pre-made. I'll link to that as well. Active ingredient that gives us the SPF is zinc. Now, the thing to note with zinc is you want to get a non-nano zinc oxide. If you get a nano product, it can absorb into your bloodstream through your skin. So the safer option is a non-nano zinc. And all of these will be linked in the description. Now, those are the only two things you absolutely need. But I like to infuse my tallow with healing and nourishing herbs just to take it one step further. Calendula is my absolute favorite. This is incredibly soothing and healing for any kind of sun damage and just general skin damage. So I'm gonna use calendula today. I've also used chickweed, plantain, comfrey, St. John's wort. I will put a full list of herbs that I have used in my sunscreen and a little bit more information about them in a sunscreen blog post, which will also be in the description. Now, another optional ingredient are carrier oils or essential oils. You can add oils for scent, but you can also add them to serve a purpose. Really popular ones in sunscreen are rose hip seed oil and raspberry seed oil, and sometimes even carrot seed oil. These are all really high antioxidant oils. They are also dry oils, so they don't give you that kind of greasy feel on your skin. They don't have any SPF qualities, but they do help with that cell turnover rate and helping to heal any kind of sun damage. So those are lovely additions if you want to explore those. All right, let's make this sunscreen. Start by measuring out 7 ounces of your tallow into a heat-proof bowl. Add whatever kind of herbs you want to infuse here, and then put this in a double broiler to slowly heat. We're gonna let this gently infuse for a few hours. And infusion just means that we're letting the oil pull out the beneficial properties of those herbs, kind of like making tea or a good bone broth. You're just going to let this go really low and slow and pull out all those benefits. Once your tallow is fully infused, go ahead and strain off your herbs, either using a really fine mesh sieve, a cheesecloth, an old tea towel, something just to get all those plant particulates out. Now you can add 2 ounces of your non-nano zinc oxide. About 5 to 20 drops, just depending on your preference, of any kind of essential oils you might want to add. And up to a maximum of about an ounce of the raspberry seed or rose hip seed oils. Now we're going to use either a hand whisk or electric beaters to whip this. This gives such a phenomenal texture. Don't skip this step. Then we're gonna let it cool down until it is mostly re-solidified. And then we'll whip it again to get that final texture. Now all you need to do is add it into your clean jars, label it if you want, and you're ready to go. To use, it's pretty normal sunscreen rules. You want to apply it about 15 minutes before sun exposure and then reapply every couple of hours, varying depending on your activities. If you're sweating a lot or if you're swimming, you're gonna need to reapply more frequently than if you're not. And if you know you're going to be sweating a ton or swimming, you might also consider adding up to 1 ounce of beeswax to this recipe. That does help it to be a little bit more water resistant, but I don't usually include it because I don't like the way it feels on my skin as much. But it is an option, so up to you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, found it maybe educational, insightful. Maybe you're inspired to go make your own wonderful, nourishing sunscreen. I will have a blog post and a PDF download that go with this recipe if you want more details on the herbs and the ingredients and written instructions to follow in the future. I'm also going to have a very limited quantity of my sunscreens available on my website at apinchofpatience.com. Again, all of these links are in the description. Enjoy. I'll see you all next time.